tell me, how many credit cards do you currently have?
I carry one card.
One credit card?
Like 10 probably, like all the store ones with everything. 2.
10.
10.
Well, I have 5-6 credit cards.
5 or 6, like a Visa, a couple American Express. Oh, and here comes another one, another Discover. And wow.
I got one credit card, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's maxed out.
I use it just about for everything that I do, all my purchases right now because of the rewards that I get from the card.
All my shopping, hotel reservations.
Absolutely everything that we possibly can.
Everything.
Everything.
All sorts of things.
When you go in places, they make it so easy for you that you are inclined to use them.
Do you remember what type stuff you bought with it?
A lot of cash advances.
Ooh.
Gambling.
Ooh. How much do you think you owe on all of yours collectively?
Right now, probably about 12,000.
I don't owe any.
You really? So you have zero on you.
I pay them off every month.
I think it's about 277.
Nearly 20,000.
4 or 5,000.
It's around $5,000.
Whoa, 10,000 up. You are the man on spring break.
You can,
yeah, you are.
I was the man. Now, what kind of rewards have you been able to get?
Cash back.
$5,000 on the card. 5 times 12 is 60. So $120,000 gets you a couple of round-trip tickets.
Exactly.
It's a good deal.
Oh, it's a fantastic deal. We wouldn't have taken the trip unless we had done that.
Wow, unless you went into credit card debt, you would have never been able to take that Paris trip.
I guess so, yeah.
Now, how much did you have to spend to get that $275?
$30,000.
Is that kind of good math? To spend $30,000 to get $275 back?
Just show me something better and I'll sign up for that one.
So if we gave you the money to pay it off right now, you would charge it back up?
Frankly speaking, yeah.
So how long did it take you to pay it off?
I never did. I quit paying on it.
Really? Did they call you?
Oh, repeatedly.
Myth. I pay my credit card off every month with no annual payment or no fee. I get brownie points, air miles, and a free hat. I'm beating the credit card company up. Oh, you are you? Well, the truth is, a recent Dun & Bradstreet study says that when you spend cash, you spend 12 to 18% less than when you spend with a credit card. When you spend with a credit card, you spend 12 to 18% more than you do any other way. Think about it. Cash hurts, doesn't it? You get ready to go buy a stereo and you hand them these things, you have an ouchie moment. But if you just put this up there, you're like, no, put it on this one. And they go, well, this one doesn't work. Okay, put it on this one. That one doesn't work. Okay, put it on this one. And you just keep trying till you get one. But you do not register any pain. When you spend cash, it hurts, and you spend 12 to 18% less than when you spend on plastic. Just think about it. When you go out to eat, you know, well, I mean, McDonald's found this. That's why they started taking plastic. Nightline did a report on McDonald's deciding to take plastic. McDonald's average ticket prior to going to plastic was, it's pretty interesting, it was $4.75 a ticket. When they started taking plastic, it went to $7. That's a 47% increase. And you know why? You want fries with that? Sure. I'll take the big Coke, I'll take the extra apple pie, and I'll pay for his. Just put it on this. Will that be cash? Yes, sir. And you're on your own. Because cash hurts, doesn't it? So you go out to eat, and they bring that little black tray, you know, with the bill on it. That's Uncle Benjamin Franklin's coffin. Because when you lay him on there, you know they're going to carry him off. And you know he's not coming back. See ya, Uncle Ben. Because if you carry Uncle Ben around a while, he becomes part of the family. And when you spend him, it feels like you're putting him out for adoption. That's how it feels, isn't it? It really does hurt. Now, I've been quoting that story for many, many years, and an interesting thing came up in Carnegie Mellon magazine. Let me tell you what this says in here. It says they did research on the neurological impact of big purchases. They hooked up an MRI to several participants. They watched their brainwave activity when they spent money with an MRI. In just a recent article right here. Guess what they found? When people spend cash, it neurologically registers as pain. When they spend plastic, the pain is reduced substantially. when it's a debit card. When it's a credit card, it's really reduced. Because with a debit card, we at least associate it with cash that's in the bank somewhere, right? Because our mind is not being tricked by this. So we have to be very, very careful. But Dave, I get airline miles. Great. Have you ever tried to cash those in? Jupiter has to be aligned with Mars, and you have to sit in the back with the cattle. Oh, well, I really get to use mine. Really? Consumer Reports just did a study that says 75% of the airline miles are never redeemed. And we spend a lot of our time out there buying stuff on a card trying to get our airline miles up. And 75% of them are never redeemed. Yeah. Hey, and you know, there's some cool stuff coming. The things are changing, aren't they? They're moving quickly away from the magnetic stripe, and now there's chips in the cards, and it's the new RFID technology. So it's going to be a wave instead of a swipe. And what they're already finding is that when you wave instead of swipe, you spend another 8 to 12% more. Because at least when we swipe, we feel like we spent, and when we wave, we don't. And then they're taking that chip and putting it in other things to make it where it's totally not like spending money. There's some real cool technology, and it's neat technology, where they're starting to put it in the PDAs, and they'll put your credit card chip in here, or your debit card chip in here. And so all you do when you get ready to buy something is you're just going to wave it. Only problem is if you're like at Home Depot and your phone rings, you could buy a whole truckload of bushes. So, credit cards, I need a credit card to exist? I don't think so. That's a myth. All right.
So I always like showing off the rewards that I get on my credit card because I think it's really funny, the video where they're interviewing all those people at the beginning and they're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much back. And then Dave's like, okay, but how much did you actually have to spend or go into debt to get those rewards? Now, we pay our credit card off every single month in full. So the rewards that we get back actually are just that, rewards. But there are lots of people who don't pay it off every month. And so technically they are going into debt in order to get a reward, and it's not actually a reward. And there are a lot of strings that come with the rewards. So we have two different credit cards right now. Our first credit card, here's my Citi card that I've had since 2007. This was my first credit card, again, showing that brand loyalty. We got a new credit card last year, but I was like, I just can't get rid of it. So we actually keep it, and we literally only run our cable bill through this credit card just because I'm obsessed with it. So I think it's interesting when you look at the rewards here. It's like, oh, yeah, you're getting 1% cash back and then 5% cash back on other things. And then there's this little tiny bit in gray here that says, oh, well, you can actually only earn $300 per year, and you can only redeem them once you have at least $50. So like I said, we only run our cable bill through this, so I'm not getting massive amounts of money, but I have to wait until I get $50 built up before I can even get this cash back, which is stupid. And then the other credit card we have is a Costco card, and you'll see here are the rewards. We just opened this last year. So last year when we opened it, we earned a reward of $39.41. And now if I look at what we actually spent on this card last year, so we spent $5,105.94. So we had to spend just over $5,000 in order to get $40 back. So this year, so far, we've earned $202 on our Costco card. But again, if I take a look at how much we've spent so far, we're at about $10,000 probably that we've spent this year. And so we spent $10,000, but only get $200 back. So those rewards aren't actually free unless you're paying your credit card off every single month, in which case they are. But if they're not, then you're going into debt to get those rewards. Boo.